We're following breaking news this morning out of Brown County, where firefighters spent the morning battling a blaze at an apartment building.
Fox 11's Emily Deem is at the scene and joins us now. Hi, Em.
Yeah, good morning, Rachel and Doug. Good morning, everybody. We are told by the Denmark Fire Chief that the fire is out. There are still some hot spots, though, right now. They're waiting for the collapse team to come. Well, right now we are with Jody with the Red Cross. Jody, give us an update on the families who were displaced.
Good morning. Right now we have 11 volunteers who are on the scene, and we're using the Denmark High School, their cafeteria, as, basically a warming shelter, and we're working with the emergency crews to determine exactly how many members were in the unit, how many in each unit, and to make sure, obviously, that everybody's accounted for. And after we determine that number, then we'll assess what their immediate emergency needs are.
Jody, what's being provided for them right now? The temperatures are freezing out here, and some of them may have lost everything. We're told the building is completely destroyed. What do they have with them right now?
Well, like I said, right now we have that cafeteria set up. We have, people have brought in the community blankets and toys for the kids, and, we have, like I said, additional volunteers coming with supplies as well. We're working on providing breakfast for the families, and, we'll make that determination as far as additional needs once we can determine who's in the building, or who's was living there, what their needs are, and then go from there.
Now, this started at 6 in the morning, this blaze, and to have their home taken from them, how do you help them deal with this psychologically?
We actually have disaster mental health for Red Cross that are coming on the scene to talk, for them to talk to our volunteers and to help them deal with what's going on this morning.
I mean, how many days away are we from Christmas, and to have something like this happen, to have a community come together, especially to have Red Cross there for people, how does it make them feel to know that there is help for them?
Absolutely. I mean, having a fire at any time of the year is devastating, but, especially during this holiday time frame. And, and that's really the way we can be able to help is through donations through the community. So if people, are looking to give that donation of monetary, to the Red Cross, and we'd really appreciate it, because you're helping this community as well as, other fires or disasters that happen in this area.
Now, after this morning, school is canceled out here. What are the people inside? Where do they go from here then? If they're done with the school, where can they go from here?
We'll do an individual case-by-case basis and determine what their emergency needs are. Do they have friends or family to stay with, or are we, going to put them up in a hotel per se, or depending on the final count of the numbers, do we set up a shelter until they can find alternative housing? Obviously, based upon the determination of the building, they lost everything. So we'll give like a debit card so they can get some immediate clothing needs, food, groceries. If there's any eyeglass prescriptions, medications that are needed, those type of things. Those are the areas that the Red Cross will provide. And we're also providing, because it's cold out here, and so support for those emergency personnel who are doing an amazing job. So, the coffee and the food, and again, Denmark High School graciously opened up to act as a warming shelter, not just to support our people and the families affected, but also for all the emergency crews on scene to come and warm up too.
Okay, Jody, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Dave, we just want to talk to you real quick. We got the fire chief out here from Denmark. Give us a update on numbers at all, people, anything that you can tell us.
I don't have an update on numbers at all. That would be our next step, to go there and confirm how many people were actually in. We did, from the people that were there, we know that everybody's accounted for but one, but I don't have actual numbers for you.
Everyone is accounted for but one?
Right.
Okay. Fire right now out. Who are you waiting on this time?
We're waiting on the structure collapse team from Bellevue, and they're gonna assess it, and if need be, we'll shore it up. And then we'll go in and do our searches and put out the rest of the hot spots and let the investigators figure out,
because
they can figure out what it caused this.
Okay. Thank you, Dave, for joining us this morning. We want to go over here to two guys, actually right here, Troy and Derek. Now, Troy, there are 3 buildings, and you lived in the middle one, correct, that are connected?
Yes, I do.
Tell us what happened, what you experienced this morning.
Well, woke up pretty much with a shock of the whole morning, everybody yelling, get out, got out, we no more got across the street, and the whole place just went up. It barely even got halfway across, and it was just up.
Now, did you know anybody that was in the building at all?
I know the elderly gentleman that they're looking for. I hope they account for him. You know, other than that, everybody that I know that are in the buildings are accounted for. They're all in the cafeteria in the high school. And pretty scary morning.
Very scary to be near something like that. Yeah. Did any smoke or anything come near your building inside at all? Were you able to get out before anything?
Oh, yes. As soon as we opened the doors, we could smell smoke immediately. I mean, the whole place was just crazy. It was that quick.
And so how hard is it to see neighbors lose everything?
It's very hard. You know, my heart goes out to them. I'll help any of them out within a heartbeat. I mean, those apartment buildings were pretty much a community within a community. And to do anything to help anybody there.
Especially during the holiday season.
Yes, that's the hardest part. You know, very sad. I think the Red Cross for being there, you know, they help a lot.
And that's one thing, a community will pull together in a time of tragedy.
Yes, yes.
All right, Troy, thank you so much. Derek, thank you for joining us this morning. You know, crews are still out here making sure the hot spots are taken care of if there are any, and the collapse team is supposed to be on its way, but you can see road closed over there. School is also closed this morning. We will send it back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Emily Deem live in Denmark this morning. Doug?